Is Escape from Duckov worth playing? That's what I'm going to let you know in this video. I'm going to tell you straight up front that absolutely yes, I think it's worth playing, but I want to tell you why I think it's worth playing. So if you're not familiar with the game, which I wouldn't be surprised if you weren't, because I hadn't heard of it until it dropped last week, and it is absolutely blown up in terms of popularity. As I'm recording this, it's already sold 500,000 copies in the first 5 days. It's approaching 200,000 concurrent players on Steam, and after having played it over the weekend, I can see absolutely why. Now, I traditionally play a lot of survival base building games, and this game does have elements of survival and base building, but it's kind of a different take on it because it's actually an extraction shooter survival game. So what that means is you are going to drop into a map, and there's currently, I think, 6 maps in the game. You're going to start off, this is the first map. You're going to come out of your bunker, or you can, later on, you can teleport. You'll drop into here, and you're basically going to explore around, you're going to kill mobs, you're going to unlock loot by searching loot boxes, and you're going to have quests you can complete as you're basically walking around. So that's essentially the gameplay loop. The difference between your typical survival game is going to be that you are going to have to survive, because if you die, your body will drop and you can lose everything. You do have one opportunity if you die to recover your items. If you die a second time, your items from your first backpack will be deleted and they'll be gone forever. So there's a little bit of stakes involved in exploring out in the world, which kind of gives a little bit of attention, but with it being PvE only, which is the main reason I'm playing it, I've just been having a ton of fun with it. Now, the reason I've never really played extraction survival shooter games up to this point is because they are generally all PvE VP, meaning the stuff that I'm doing right now where I'm killing these NPCs you'll typically do that in those kind of games, but you're also going to run into real players. And if you're like somebody like me who I've kind of outgrown or maybe I'm just too old for PvP games. I just don't really enjoy playing PvP games very much, especially not ones where I can lose all my stuff. So when I saw this game, my initial impression was, oh man, I hope this doesn't have PvP in it, because there was a similar game called Duckside, which was a game where you're playing as a duck. And you'll notice here I'm playing as a duck, which is why it's called Escape from Duckov. There was a game called Duckside, which was basically Rust, but you played as a duck. And in that game, it was PvPvE, and you would just get ganked by PvP players. And if you're not good at the game, it's just not a fun experience to get constantly ganked over time. This is PvE only, which, if that sounds like your cup of tea, I would definitely recommend trying this out. So, like I said, the basic overall gameplay loop is to explore out in the map. You're going to do quests. You're going to get loot. You're going to go back. You're going to upgrade your gear. You're going to fight mobs. There's going to be there's actually some elite mobs you can fight that will drop better loot. And you're basically, each time you go out, you're trying to get more loot and improve your equipment, you can level up as well. And obviously turning in quests, which are going to help you improve your skills as well. So what I'll do right now is I'm going to go back to the main area. I'll show you off the base building part of the game as well as all the other features really quickly, so you can kind of decide for yourself whether or not this is a game for you. So this is one of the ways you can extract. There's also extraction points out in the map. You can go back through the bunker, which you come out on. Every time you come back in, you're going to get some XP. Depending on how long you've been out there, how much stuff you've done, you'll get more or less XP. I think you even get XP if you die. This is going to take me into the sewer system that's actually underneath of the bunker that we're going to go into. So here, there's a place where I believe you can fish. You can fish down here somewhere. There's going to be an NPC down here who has a ferry who will take you to other parts of the map. Then there's a place over here where you can make offerings. This is going to give you permanent upgrades. I've actually not done this before, so let's offer this and see what it gives me. And it's going to give me a totem, which is pretty cool. I'll show you the totems in just a second. Oh, we can do another offering. Let's see what this one gives me. And this is going to give me another totem. All right, so we got 2 totems here, which are basically accessories that you can equip on your character. So inside of in the menu here, you're gonna notice you have weapons. So there are ranged weapons and melee weapons. There's a ton of different weapons. I can kind of show you some when I go into my stash over here. You're gonna have armor, so you'll have a headpiece. You're gonna have body armor. You're gonna have a piece of gear you can put on your eyes, as well as headphones to help you hear better. You can upgrade your backpack to carry more. And then you're gonna have the totems here, which you can find out in the world. Also, you can get them from those offerings here. So in this case, this one's gonna give me running sound range and walking sound range minus 25%, so it makes it harder for enemies to hear me. The one I just picked up, immune to bleed and slightly reduces physical damage. So if you get shot, sometimes you'll start bleeding. You'll have to use a bandage. This will prevent that from happening. So all that to say, the base building part of this is essentially everything most of the stuff you see placed in here was stuff that I had to build. You start out with pretty much just this little quest giver over here, and what he's going to do, he's going to give you quests. So I have a couple of in-progress quests you'll see here. This one being, I need to submit a pile of electronic components, which I don't have yet. That's going to give me experience and currency. You'll notice here that these are all the quests I've completed from him already. when I turn in one of these quests, more likely than not, he's going to give me another quest or two here. So I guess I'll just run through real quickly everything that's in this area. So first off is going to be the stash. The stash is going to be where you take all the loot that you found in your run and drop it off here. If you played extraction games before, you're going to be familiar with this. If you haven't, really quickly, what happens is basically the loot that I just picked up, if I want to keep it safe and not risk losing it, I just drop it off over here. Now, my stuff is pretty full here, but you can expand this. So I've expanded it, I think, twice so far. And you'll notice it does categorize things. So you can see the different weapons here. So we have some melee weapons here. We have a pistols. We got, I think that's like, was that an ump or something like that? So we got some SMGs. We got assault rifles. There are sniper rifles. I believe there's shotguns. There's also, I think, rocket launchers at some point. Different types of ammo for the different weapons, as well as explosives. A couple extra body armors and stuff here for me. These are going to be attachments for the weapons. So you can put attachments on your weapons, which will reduce recoil, reduce reload time, accuracy, and stuff like that. The totems, which were the things that I just picked up. Then you got different types of meds and boosts here. These boosts will give you temporary, some of them will give you temporary effects here, like this will give you bleed immunity. Other things will just heal you. There's going to be food. So food's going to be required for some of the training, which I'll talk about in a second. It also, they'll give you different stats here. So you'll notice here, like the crackers will give me 15 energy, but they'll reduce my hydration. So there's going to be, some have pluses, some have minuses, some only have pluses. And then over here's all the other random stuff that you can pick up. So there's tons of different loot to pick up. So you kind of got to decide what you want to bring back and what you don't. Over here is going to be the locker here. So this is going to be something you get from, if you complete a quest, it'll drop it off here. Then you can transfer it over. Over here is going to be the vending machine. The vending machine lets you sell stuff. So if you have stuff, like let's say I don't want these metal plates and I want to sell them, I can just go over here and sell them and get currency. You can also buy stuff from here. There's also NPCs that are out in the world that you can buy stuff from and trade with. And yeah, and then you can obviously buy and sell from here, and these items do change over time. This is going to be the little blueprint board over here, which is going to let me place down all the different stations here. The next one I have to unlock is going to be the kitchen. So if I go around and talk about all the different stations, so first off, there's going to be the key register. You're going to find keys in the world. You can register them here so you don't have to carry them anymore. There's going to be different places. There's like gates that require keys. There's buildings that require keys. So once you find the key and turn it in here, you never have to find it again. This is the basic crafting bench. So this is going to have tons of stuff you can craft. You can craft some of the weapons. You can craft ammo. You can craft some food, as well as some other items here. This is going to be the first thing you unlock. You're going to be able to dismantle items later on. You'll unlock that. You can actually repair your items. You can do blueprint research. So in the world, sometimes you'll find blueprints. You come here, you register them, and then that lets you craft them. And then lastly, you can upgrade the workbench to get some different bonuses. This is going to be the medical station here. This is going to let me craft healing stuff. It also, you can do the blueprint research here. Over here, we have this is the armor guy. So this guy's going to let me buy armor. He also is going to have quests. So currently I have this quest where I have to turn in these water bottles, and I've completed these other quests for him. Here's going to be the trainer over here. The trainer lets you do physical training. So physical training gives you permanent unlocks like more speed, better damage multipliers. Currently I'm down here, and the next one I have to do is max hydration. But you'll see here, this just goes for quite a while here. There's a lot of stuff to unlock for permanent upgrades. He's also going to have trading where he'll give you some of the, these are basically the things I showed up just a minute ago. You take these, and these injectors will give you bonuses or heal you and stuff like that. And then he's also going to have quests that he can do. So I've done a bunch of his quests already. I have a couple in progress. Like I said, once I finish these, he'll probably give me some more. Down here is going to be the arms guy. This guy's going to give you weapons as well as ammunition and attachments for your weapons. And again, he's going to have quests. I don't have any in progress for him right now, but I did complete some for him. And eventually, I'm sure he'll give me more. There's also going to be the upgrade over here, which is permanent upgrade. So this lets you permanently upgrade your character. So you're going to have skills. These are going to require different things, such as down here's cold core fragments. You get those from just going out and killing mobs. And then we're going to require one or more items that you're going to need, plus the currency. So as you can see, they range from increased backpack size to max HP, extra damage, recoil control. This is one that's going to give me better reload here. Perception range, that lets you see enemies further away or detect enemies further away. And this goes on, as you can see, for quite a bit. So there's quite a bit to unlock on here. And then later on, there's an ability to unlock talent trees or to unlock these different talents. Like this is going to be storm resistance. So up here in the top left, you're going to see it says 97 minutes till the next storm. So eventually there will be a storm that happens outside. And what happens when the storm, if you don't have protection, you just take damage constantly. I have not unlocked the ability to protect myself from that. I'm going to guess that being out in the storm is going to give better, I'm assuming it's going to give, there's going to be better rewards and stuff like that. You can also go out at nighttime. Nighttime is much more dangerous. I don't know if there's any benefit to going at nighttime. I generally sleep. A couple other things real quickly mention. There's a little firing range over here so you can test out your weapons and just see kind of which one, how much damage they're going to do. You won't waste your ammo while you're down here. So it's cool to try those out to see kind of what combinations might give you the best bang for your buck. You can customize your character. There's a way of, where I don't remember where that is. There's a way of customizing your character out in the world. There's also fishing. There's stuff over here I haven't unlocked. And basically, if you're looking for something that's maybe a little bit different than what you've normally played and you like survival, because one thing I didn't mention there is there's hydration, and there's also going to be energy down here, and you have to obviously manage your health. If you get dehydrated, you'll start taking damage. If you run out of energy, I don't remember if you take damage or if you actually maybe can't move as fast, and you definitely, I don't know, you might not be able to carry as much, but there's foods and stuff that will help you deal with that. So if we go over here and go to the food tab here, the foods give you different buffs to fill you up. So it's worthwhile looking into these, and then you can obviously fill your hydration up. Every time you come back to the bunker, I think it fills most of them up, and definitely after you sleep, it's going to replenish those a little bit. But like I said, if you're looking for something a little bit different in the survival genre, I think this is worth checking out. I'll leave a link for the Steam page in the description down below. Overall, I've been having a ton of fun with it, and I expect to put a bunch more time into it. According to the developer right now, there's about 50 hours of content with more to come, free updates in the future. There's also full Steam workshop support, so there's going to be tons of mods for it. It's currently single player, and I already saw somebody's working on a co-op mod, so there's going to be a ton of extra content for this. It's going to be coming for free in the future, and it's absolutely worth, I think it's like 18 bucks right now, but it's on sale the first couple weeks for like 15, so it's absolutely worth the money in my opinion. But anyway, this is Escape from Duckov. If you found the video interesting, make sure to hit the like button. Consider subscribing for more content just like this. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.